I think that's one of the really key things about this movie series is that it has the most eclectic kind of group of directors. This has been a really interesting mix of creative minds that have come together to make these films. And as a result, each one has a very specific individual style. They don't ever feel like retreads. They're always new. With Chris, I've had great fun. You know, he's such a personable guy. He loves movies. We are constantly geeking out about stuff on set. We have our little private jokes that nerds will often have with each other, and they laugh like that when they make a joke that no one else understands. But he's got a lovely eye for, you know, for cinema, and he really relishes the writing process as well. He's a genius writer, so it's been really exciting to work with someone whose focus has been as much on the kind of mechanics of the story as on the way that the film looks. Rebecca has been amazing. We immediately bonded over our sort of fitness regimes and our diets, which we've been on gladly and willingly to stay fit for this job, which is extremely physically demanding. She works so hard, Rebecca, and she's such fun to be around. She's got that brilliant Scandinavian pragmatism and a very dry British sense of humor. She's a brilliant actress, and I really love her. I think she's great. I hope she becomes part of the team. Great to see the boys back. Me and Renner always have fun. We had a great time on Ghost Protocol. He's a he's a good boy. We have a laugh. Ving, obviously, Ving is the only person in the Mission Impossible lore, other than Tom, of course, who's been in it since the beginning. You know, he's a real veteran. I think I'm next in terms of having survived 3. Ving's survived them all, so it's, you know, he's really part of this story, and it's great to see him back in it. He briefly appeared in Ghost Protocol, and he's back for this. And Ving is just, you know, he's as cool as they come. No one wears a hat like Ving Rhames, for reals. He's the best. At the center of it all, you've got Tom Cruise, who is you know, a movie star in the truest sense of the word, and people do love him and they love his movies. He's also been smart enough to keep this series evolving, so every film has been different. And there are characters in it that you have got to know and got to care about, but at the same time, you know you're going to see them in not just an reiteration of what you've seen before. You're going to see them in a new situation. And I'm not just talking about Tom's hair, which changes every film, and rightly so. I think mine does as well. It's just an enduring story. It's spies and intrigue and chases. It's kind of America's James Bond, and you know, we all know how long that one's been going on. Morocco was amazing. Just the setting looked beautiful. I've never driven around such narrow alleys so fast in my life. I hope I never will again. But the people were so excited that Tom was there. We had scenes of utter chaos in Marrakesh and Casablanca, where the streets were just full of people all chanting Tom's name. Vienna was beautiful. I'd never been to Austria, well, I hadn't been to that part of Austria. It's a lovely city. I really enjoyed staying there. I got to walk around a little bit, and just shooting in the Opera House. Having the access that we did to the Vienna Opera House was extraordinary, because we got to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as, you know, have our own private viewing of this incredible building and this incredible architecture and art. The A400 sequence is very much the essence of mine and Tom's relationship in this film, in that Tom, or in these films completely, Tom was strapped to the wing of the airplane. I was lying in the grass in a furry green suit. That, for me, is pretty much sums up our roles. Benji is kind of like on the ground, on his computer, looking stupid, while Ethan, is looking heroic and cool. It was pretty insane to watch that happen. I remember being up on Burj Khalifa in Ghost Protocol and watching him do that stunt, and then being in the plane, seeing him doing this stunt, and it was like a level on. You know, that with the Burj Khalifa, he was high up, but he was still attached to the ground. This, he was even higher, and he wasn't attached. He was on a plane, and it was kind of mind blowing and ridiculous. I don't know what he's gonna do next. Go into space, probably.